keeps it real.
And I am also your soul brother, number one.
My brother Angel Snubnub 7 at the Realities Temple. And to give props to him, because I listened to all of Angel Snubnub 7's videos, I think that he comes from a different angle. And there's a powerful message in a lot of the videos that he put out, and I try to catch all of them. I look at him as a free thinker and a person that's willing to challenge those of which he don't agree with, or which he may think differently from, and I really respect him for that. He's challenged KNBS, and he has also challenged the Black supremacy movement as well. And I have nothing against that, because that which cannot be challenged cannot stand, and will not stand, and will not survive the test of time. How many challenges we can withstand will determine how long we will be able to stand.
Himself, and you don't realize it. You don't realize it, that God has been imprisoned. The devil was able to imprison God. So right inside your own self, your God self has been imprisoned, and you have a false sense of self running rampant inside the temple. This is why, you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
We have to bring Reality's temple here on earth. Reality's temple here on earth.
Yes, sir.
We have to realize the enemy is running rampant inside this temple.
And that is Brother Taalik from the Reality Temples on Earth channel. And if you get a chance to subscribe, please do subscribe to his channel. He's a good brother. You know, he's doing good work, and he wants to do good constructive things. He has good information to provide. So please do check out his channel if you get a chance.
My black people, it's all about the unity. There's nothing they can do with us, so ain't nobody move with me. Like the king, we make it plain and simple. Bringing knowledge and fire at Reality's temple. Reality's temple. My black people, it's all about the unity. There's nothing they can do with us, so ain't nobody move with me. Like the king, we make it plain and simple. Bringing knowledge and fire.
Let's see, Taalik says, can you send a shout out to my platform, the Realities Temple on Earth Internet Ministry? Our theme this year is After Purge Comes the Heal. Shout out to your platform, Taalik. All the best to you guys with continuing to stretch in perspective, to stretch in what is possible, and to continue to bring healing into the space of yourself and others. Yes.
Good evening, soul brothers and sisters. This is Tangi Cox, the Black Sheep, and I am propositioning you to entertain just a little while of being in reality. And this is gonna hurt soul sisters and brothers, because a lot of us cannot accept reality. I empower you to, for 1 year, to subscribe to the Reality Temple on Earth. And at the end of 12 months, draw your conclusion of what have you learned in that amount of time. I empower you. You will never, ever, ever think, feel, or entertain nonsense ever again, period. I would like to see my soul sisters and brothers awaken. This requires time. You need to spend about a year watching, researching, and looking. The Reality Temple on Earth is life-changing, and I stand on that.
Everybody who is black and interested in black people, let us sit down and find out how we can get together in one direction against one enemy and accomplish this job overnight.
When soul singer and black activist Sam Cooke wrote the lyrics to his song, "A Change Is Gonna Come," it was very direct and to the point. With some changes to it, the song was still digestible. In the year 2019, black folks continue to go through the change rather than direct the change. A community activist named Taalik Ibn'rad has made an appeal similar to what Sam Cooke was asking for. A change. It's said that the meek shall inherit the earth. We ask when. When will the landlords give the meek a free lease? Mr. Ibn'rad is humbly asking for the state of Mississippi. This is Dusty Basement Studios, and we approve of this message.
The Mississippi campaign represents everything that you claim that you want. The beginning of an all-black independent nation, the ability to control your own resources, your politics, the law, be able to do your own thing for a change, create an economy, create and produce goods that Africa or anybody on the planet would want. You're fake, you don't want to do nothing. 3 hours talking about the Mississippi campaign.
Throughout the history of the United States, the construct of racism was created specifically to oppress Black people, to try to suppress our determination to achieve liberation. Like Angela Davis said, it's built into the system.
Nowadays I can't believe what's going on in front of me. I don't want to watch TV and find another casualty. I don't want to read the news. My heart's already black and blue. I'm putting on my combat boots, 'cause I got an attitude. We're like soldiers forced to fight a war. What the hell? I can't take it anymore. 'Cause for so long we've been patient, now we're done. And don't you even ask me when did I become such an angry Black woman. Yeah. We're just trying to get by. Tell me how long will we run? Or will we hide? We're losing young ones, hands in the air. We keep praying for a miracle, 'cause every day is a struggle. But as long as my brothers and my sisters are in trouble, goddamn, I'm a ABW.
We can't successfully put an end to racial discrimination until we change the entire system.
We've been trying to keep the peace 50 years since Martin King. Some don't like me for who I am, but I love my melanin. Another future college grad sleeping in a body bag. Mother screaming out her lungs, she never gonna see her son. We're like soldiers forced to fight a war. What the hell? I can't take it anymore. 'Cause for so long we've been patient, now we're done. And don't you even ask me when did I become such an angry Black woman. as long as my brothers and my sisters are in trouble. Oh, you're damn right, I'm a ABW. We're like soldiers forced to fight a war. What the hell? I can't take it anymore. 'Cause for so long we've been patient, now we're done. So don't you even ask me when did I become such an angry black woman.
Ride, let's get this party started. Ride, let's get this party started quickly. Let's get this party started quickly. Let's get this party started. Ride, let's get this party started. Ride, let's get this party started quickly. Let's get this party started quickly. Let's get this party started. Ride, let's get this party started. Ride, let's get this party started quickly. Let's get this party started. Ride, let's get this party started. Ride, let's get this party started quickly.
back to Texas, where everything is bigger.
The
The game begins in 3, 2, 1.
Peace forever and always, and welcome to a late night, spontaneous edition of what we call the Realities Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. I am the gatekeeper, the host of this program, known here on social media. Wherever you may find me, I am known as the mighty Angel Snub 7. I am your soul brother. Number one, I don't want to hold you a long time. I just wanted to respond because I didn't really get a chance to. Earlier, we had a brother, Eric Fart Muhammad. That's the name that he would like to go by. We had a brother earlier that made a claim that he was the biological, because I asked him, I wanted clarification, because there are spiritual children like Louis Farrakhan might claim that he's a spiritual child of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Or some people say I'm the spiritual child of Noah Jali. But then it's a difference between being a spiritual child and a biological child. I think some people think, or they also might view somebody like Jesse Jackson as the spiritual child of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Spiritual child, somebody that was close, like a son to these great men. But I asked the question, because I wanted to be clarified. I wanted you to clarify. I wanted to be sure. And he said, I am the biological child of Master Farad Muhammad. So that brings things to a different understanding, a different level. That's a high claim that you got to prove. I want to say this. There are those who might think, and I assume, that I might like to just bully people or try to front people out or whatever. That is not my purpose. Now, for me personally, I don't mind, and you can test me. You can front me. You can do whatever you want to show that I am not what I am and that the things that I represent is a bunch of baloney, because you'll be doing me a favor, because I'm not loyal to it. I'm loyal to the truth. I'm loyal to reality. And if this is not the proper representation of reality, then I must submit to actual reality. It is what it is. Reality is what it is. You cannot make it something it's not. You cannot make it personalized. There's only one reality. In this reality, if you don't breathe, you die from lack of oxygen. In this reality, if you don't drink water, you die. In this reality, in your imagination, in your belief, you can believe anything you want to. But in reality, that's what it is. And it don't take much to prove. Hold your breath. And if you hold your breath long enough, you will die. Real quick. You don't have to wait a long time. Don't drink water. And your kidneys start shutting down. You will die. It won't take that long. It don't take thousands of years to prove nothing in reality. Now, there are things that we don't know. They discover new insects and animals all the time. They was always here. But until we discover them, they don't exist. We have no knowledge of them. So we're talking about these gods and spirits and demons that we cannot see, we cannot test, we cannot examine, we just believe. And then when we're asked to prove it, we cannot do it. Because it's a belief, it's not reality. I don't have to prove water. I don't have to prove sand. I don't have to prove an apple. I don't have to prove a computer. I don't have to fight to try to explain it. But when you believe, you got to make up all this stuff and hope that somebody believe you. Water is here whether you believe or not. This computer is here whether you believe or not. I would like for these things to be true. Because if they were true, I'll be happy to shut up. But the reason why I exist, and more people like myself are coming up, although it took thousands of years, many are beginning to realize these things are not real. They're not real. And we do ourselves a disservice as an adult to continue to believe in these fairy tales, these hallucinations that we was taught. And that's a key. We hear them, that's what I was taught. Not what you know, not what you personally experienced, what you personally discovered, what you was taught. And you believe in what you was taught, the teaching, what you was taught. You didn't discover it. It didn't come to you. There was no revelation to you. You was taught. I was taught. These are the teachings. and we believe in the teachings. What is the teachings? It's a form of belief. I would want a powerful God on my side. I can sit down and do nothing. I would like for Jesus to come back and take care of business. That's cool. Clearly after 2,000 years, clearly after 100 years, clearly after 50 years, something is wrong. And we get upset like children. Many children get upset when they learn that the lie they was told is not true. Santa Claus is not real. Why you told me that lie? Barney, the purple dinosaur, is not real. Why you told me that lie? To children. And for some children, it's going to take a while to get over the lie. But with maturity and they understand that it was a lie, they slowly grow out of it. No different than us as an adult. So-called adult. We've been told these lies from religious teachings, spiritual teachings for thousands of years. And it hurts us to the core. Like the child when you lied and said there was a Santa Claus. Or you told them their baby brother or sister, you found them in the cotton field. Liar. How could the preacher, how could the pastor, how could my parents, how could these adults lie to me about God? Because they didn't know no better themselves. And it is true that we have entered a new time period, but it's not to uplift the lies anymore. It's to expose the lies. It's time for us to grow up. We got to grow up and become true men and women. These are not men and women all over this earth. These are children. That's why it's never-ending wars. Because a child don't have the mentality, don't have the maturity, they don't know how to deal with problems and conflict except through violence. So all over the earth, you have nothing but children running for president. Children who are kings and queens, children all over the earth. Their solution to a problem is violence. And their bickering and their behavior, when you look at and examine the behavior, it's like children. And until we accept and understand and stop being in denial that you're a child. Why do you think the scriptures never made you grow up? You still refer to yourself as a child of God. For thousands of years, you never made reference to yourself as an adult. Always a child, because that's what you are. You're always a servant. You can't do nothing on your own. You always got to pray to somebody, beg somebody. You never independent. You have no mind on your own. Oh, daddy, oh, mama, oh, Allah, oh, Jesus, you're an adult and you're nothing but a big child, a big beggar. Can I have? Can I do? Will you help me? That's not the behavior of an adult. I want these things to be true, but they're not. And there's nothing that you can do that can make them real. You can believe all you want to. It don't make it real. And you will die like millions and billions have died in the belief of this of this religious, spiritual thing that don't exist. And it could exist, but it don't exist until you prove it. Just like when you making a bet. Hey, I bet $10 what you saying is wrong. Show me the money. If the person don't have $10, the bet is off. Because you want to see the money. You telling me to believe in Allah, Jesus, and the spiritual realm, and you can fly out your body? Well, show it. Prove it. You can't. You get angry because, oh, you know I'm good for it. No, I want to see your $10. Put it on the table. Give it to Frankie. We trust Frankie. Frankie hold the money. Where your $10? Don't get angry at Angel Snuffed Up 7 because you can't prove that your lie is the truth. And until there's proof, I'm going to call it for what it is, a damn lie. Hallucinations, delusions, fairy tales. And don't blame me, blame yourself. You're an adult, still believing in Santa Claus. Some form of Santa Claus. Some form of Donald Duck. The Avengers. I just want to go through some of my notes in here and get and call it a night. The first thing that must be examined here is this man, Farhad Muhammad, say that he is the biological son of Master Farhad Muhammad, who to our knowledge was born in 1877. And Farhad Muhammad, was not conceived until 1974. Now, it's probable, because as you know, men can make babies well into old age. It's probable. It is possible. But what is the probability when you was born in 1877, making a child in 1974? I just went to the graveyard of my relatives. Born in 1885, I think, and one was born in 1881. So they're a little younger than Master Farhad Muhammad. They didn't even live to 1974. Died in 1959, and one died in 1960. They didn't even make it. Elijah Muhammad made it, but he was very sickly. He died in 1975. Could it happen? It's a possibility. Very, very low probability that it happened. Master Farhad Muhammad is not on his birth certificate. Wallace Farhad is not on his birth certificate. And then he went on to make things worse. He said that it's a possibility his mother couldn't even have children. So you talking about what, some type of immaculate conception? He did not explain how did your mother meet Master Farhad Muhammad like that? Because you was a baby. How would you know? None of us know who our father or mother is really. We have to be told because we don't know. There's many people later in life, well, you know, that's really your auntie. That's not your mother. That's your grandmother. That's not really your mother. We don't know. See, this is the thing about getting caught up in these religious, spiritual, they make, now some of it, not everybody, matter of fact, the majority of people, they keep the beliefs within the context of what they was taught. But then there are individuals who begin to think outside of the box. Some of these people begin to believe they're divine, something special about them. They have a personal connection. All over the earth, there are divine people. God talked to me. I can connect to the spiritual world. And all that's fine and dandy. Except when them bombs get to dropping. All over the earth, wherever these bombs be dropping, these spiritual people, these divine people, get blown to bits. Their connection to the God and all this stuff. Where's all that when these bombs and these drones start throwing missiles at you? That's my problem. You making these claims, but when these bombs hit, all those people that died in Gaza, you think they're not spiritual? They believe in Allah. They keep praying to Allah, and the bombs keep dropping. And you get blown to bits. Oh, Allah or Jesus. And you still believe it. You're going to believe in Allah and your leg blown off. Have your head gone. Oh, Allah. Apparently, Allah ain't did a damn thing for you. That's insanity. You got to be crazy. Hundreds of thousands of people have died in Gaza. How many people in the Ukraine? They believe in God too. They believe in God on both sides. Russians believe in God. The people in Ukraine believe in God. How many Russians done died? How many Ukrainians done died? How many in Gaza? How many Israelis? Where is this God? Stop all this bull crap. That's not my fault. I'm asking you. Why should I call out for some power that ain't gonna do a damn thing? And have not done a damn thing since we've been believing in this stuff. That's not my fault. That's your fault for being a child. Now, I'll allow this man to come to my platform, and I allowed him to, he spoke for an hour, over, an hour and a half. I did not say nothing until he was done. So yes, I opened up the platform for questions, but nobody asked him a question. So I give my commentary, and then I'm going to bring my question. But before I could even ask my questions, before I could even get started, I was talking about how this channel has been terminated 100 channels. He interrupted. Oh, I don't understand why, blah, blah. Why are you interrupting me? I gave you an hour and a half to say what you need to say. He's going to interrupt my talk. I let you say whatever you want to say. You can't wait until I say what I need to say. You got to interrupt me. I got to do mine now. So I let him slide with that. I let him go ahead and get that off. So I start again and start talking. He don't like what I have to say. And start talking again. Why don't you shut the hell up? But that's how they are. Because they're the divine. What they have to say is way more important than what you got to say, because I'm a nobody. They are the divine. They special. They know, I don't know. But then when you question them, you find out how much they don't know. They believe a lot of crap. They don't know a damn thing. And the only reason why he's able to do that, all that hollering and screaming, because of this live stream. In a court of law, there's no judge, there's no court, there's no lawyers going to allow you to run your mouth the way he did. They're going to nip that in the bud real quick. So you say, sir, that you are the biological son of Master Farad Muhammad. Now, of course, we know that this is a damn lie. We know that he cannot prove that. So I'm asking him questions about it. He said that his grandfather's name is Alfonso Muhammad. Don't have a grave site. Don't have no relatives. Don't know nothing. Master Farad Muhammad's mother's supposed to be white. Her name, I forgot what he called. Her name is Bajina, whatever. And she come from the Caucasus Mountain. How did a woman from the Caucasus Mountain get with somebody that's from Mecca? He can't explain. He don't know. What's her last name? Where her relatives at? Nobody don't know nothing, but we just believe all these. It's an oral history that has no kind of documentation, nothing that you can trace. Even oral history, you should be able to find something tangible to back it up. Otherwise, it's a lie. It's folklore. It's belief. How did this 97-year-old man that was born in 1870, how did he meet your mother? Who can't have a baby? So what are you talking about? Some kind of immaculate conception stuff? That's not Nation of Islam teachings at all. They don't believe in that. They don't teach that. It seems as though somewhere he was influenced by the Nation of Islam, but never became a member. But he knows the teaching. Maybe he's some kind of 5%er or something like that. Because he caught up, a lot of 5%ers also was caught up in that gang life. Because he never said, I went to temple so-and-so, and the minister was there. He kept talking like he was a visitor. He went to the mosque now and then and blah, blah, blah. He got to know the brothers. He don't sound like a Nation of Islam member. The whole thing is it's got a lot of things that don't make any sense. He's fighting the FBI. To do what? And everything that he's explaining has nothing to do with the struggle. The FBI is involved because of a home invasion, he said, and other criminal activity. It has nothing to do with the struggle. He's involved with the FBI because of criminal activity. He does not mention, well, because we was doing this, something that was related to the struggle. All criminal activity. He's been making threats to public officials and so forth and so forth. Now, as you know, I was locked up for 10 years. And I know the criminal system. And all the states are different, but they basically are the same. I know how the criminal system works. I know how the courts work. He can't even keep his story together. And see, look, I'm getting older, but I'm not that damn senile. And I was writing my notes. He said, because he was bragging about it. I've been charged 45 times, he said. At least 45 times. And he got off. He said, I never spent a time in jail. Then he turned around and talked about, I was in jail doing this. Then he turned around, I was in jail doing that. I was teaching the brothers. Allah told me to take over the prison, which apparently you didn't take over the prison. Because everybody don't want to hear all that religious garbage. Are you in prison? Are you an ex-felon or what? What are you? Can't even keep the story straight. He sent me an email with his correspondence from a public defender. And the public defender was saying your something is being dismissed. But we don't know, I don't know what the charges are. What is being dismissed? Whenever a court, some of you already know that even by a traffic ticket, whenever a court, a judge do anything, they always write down their decisions and why they done what they done. All my paperwork, the judges explain, this is why I denied the motion. This is why I granted the motion. This is why I dismissed the motion. The judge is right. Just recently, as you know, they threw out some of the case against Donald Trump. And the judge said, this is the reason why. This is why I dismissed these charges and blah, blah, blah. That's how the courts work. You cannot call no lawyer, no public defender, no prosecutor. They're not going to talk to you on the phone in the public because that'll be a violation of client confidentiality. You could get disbarred for that. I put my case myself in the public. If I didn't do it, you wouldn't know nothing about it. I done it. And he can do it. Get your crap together and put it on the website or whatever so everybody can see it, what you hiding for. So we can see case so-and-so so that we can see all this stuff ourselves. Because you're not, something here don't sound right. I know how the courts work. He has a violent background. How are you getting away with all this stuff? Now, see, he said he comes from a gang background. Maybe you're a snitch. Snitches get away like that. Maybe you're a snitch. That's the reason why they let you slide all these times. Maybe you're a snitch. You're not telling the whole story. See, I don't have nothing to hide. I would send anybody all my records. It would probably cost you about $100 to get a copy. It's a whole lot of stuff. And some of it I threw away that I thought really wasn't that important. I don't mind. I will copy all that up. I take it to one of these print places or whatever. Or I will contact the source. And you can get all the records and have a good old time talking about Angel Snuffing Up 7. And you're not going to find nothing no different than what I've been telling you. Nobody want to do it. They want to run their mouth, but nobody don't want to do it. Because there's nothing here. I told you. I'm not ashamed. You can get all my records. I don't care. Don't bother me to the least. So he has a violent background being a criminal, not in the struggle. background. He don't have a background like our brother Fred Hampton and Mark Clark or Dr. King when they got caught up with the law. All his is related to criminal activity. And see, this is another thing that's mind-boggling to me. Brother Khalil was on the live stream too. And he bear witness that the man make a lot of money. He's a great businessman. But you involved in a home invasion. You doing dumb, silly stuff. Little tiddlywink stuff that can get you all caught up. And then you say you claiming that you're the son of God, and they putting you in jail. How can you be God and people can just throw you in jail? Well, I got out. That ain't the purpose. Why are you in there to begin with? How can you charge God with a crime? Because you're not no God. He goes on to make these claims. Talks about magic. The Nation of Islam do not teach. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the original teachers of Master Farad Muhammad, don't talk about no damn magic. Spooky stuff like that. But his excuse is through mental telepathy or whatever, Master Farad Muhammad gave him a new message. Same thing that Farrakhan said. The same thing many of these other people say. Oh, what's his name? The Son of Man. I got something outside of the original teaching. I'm special, you know, because they know that's not the teaching. Elijah Muhammad did not teach about magic. And Elijah Muhammad and Malcolm, they dealt with the FBI for real. You didn't. They were harassed by the FBI, COINTELPRO, not because they was criminals. You was a criminal. And you talking today with charges pending, not because of something you did in the struggle, because you're criminal. You're involved in criminal behavior. The Nation of Islam called the white man the devil. They did not go around threatening public officials and invading people's houses and threatening the president with violence, all this other crazy stuff that you're talking about. I would not be shocked that he's allowed to do these things to a certain point because of his mental health situation. I wouldn't be shocked. How can you be a violent felon and they continue to let you run your mouth like that? You get a pass because because you're crazy. And apparently they're keeping their eyes on you. When you cross that line, it's over. You talk, but as soon as you do, and you cross that line, it's over. He said, he went on to tell us, well, of course, he's the biological son of Allah, Master Farad Muhammad. So today begins the countdown. He said within the next 7 days, a week is 7 days, he's going to cause a blizzard, a snowstorm in Texas in the summertime. Okay, so this is the countdown. Also, I asked him about the earthquake. He said, I'm going to do an earthquake. So we're looking for an earthquake and we're looking for a snowstorm this week. And then he said, when I do this, you're going to bow down to me. I'm not going to bow down to nobody. You can make all the earthquakes, blow up the earth. I'll never bow down to your happy ass. I don't do that. Now, there may be those who want to. Wow, he made the earthquake. He made a snowstorm. Now, there are those who would get on your train. I'm not one of them. I don't give a damn what you do. You making a claim, prove it. That's all I want to. This is the state of Missouri, the show me state. Even the teachers of Elijah Muhammad, show and prove. Now here you are, the Nation of Islam teaching, show and prove, and they never show and prove, and they still believe it. Why nobody never said, well, where the mother plane at? Where's all this stuff happening? The Nation of Islam been around almost 100 years. Nothing happened. You still got your happy ass living in America, begging, what, for 10, 20 states or whatever it is. You know damn well these people not going to give black folks no separate states. And even if they did, you would fail. You have no idea how to run those states. You don't know what the hell you're doing. You can't even run your organization. Your organizations don't produce nothing. It's just talk. You don't even control a neighborhood. You don't control a city. So how the hell you gonna control 10, 15 states? So that you can influence everybody to be a Muslim. Everybody not gonna be no Muslim. They're gonna be your problem right there. Nobody wanna be under Allah and talk about Elijah Muhammad and Master Farad. Nobody wanna be under that kind of stuff. You will have civil war real quick. You ain't in a position to run nothing. Nothing but feral slaves on the plantation. Keep your ass here so Biden or Kamala Harris or Donald Trump can lead your ass. And just keep running your mouth like you can do something. He said that the future is looking bright for us, the so-called Negro in America. How? What are you doing? What's your, he never explained, how are we going to get there? What, is this going to fall out the sky? How are we going to get there? It's just going to come out the sky. He was telling us about some tapes that he made, and I found it. I listened to some of these things. Some of the dialogue is exactly what he was talking about today. The Mahdi tapes. Religious mumbo jumbo. You got to follow some Arabs, some foreign people. You got to be connected to somebody from overseas. Look, how you going to be, how is the black man, how can the African, how can the foundation of black American, how can you as a foundation of black American, a soul brother, a freedman in this country, how are you going to be related to them? Talk about I got Arabic blood. What the hell is Arabic blood? Arabic is a language. That's not no people. That's not no human being. That's a language. I got Arabic blood in me. We know the Africans that was brought here, the few or whatever, that was brought here, the concentration was West Africa. How the hell did you become part of these Arabs in Mecca? How did they get from the, how did they come from over there and become a slave over here for 300 years? There's no people called Israelites. That's a fantasy. That's fiction. And these are the chosen people of God. So God plays favorites. We are the children of God, but you my favorite. What kind of punk, what kind of God is you trying to serve? And if you are God, what you praying to God for? Gods don't pray to God. When you look at Thor is a god, the god of thunder. You don't see him praying to nobody. He gives respect to his father. He respects the other gods. Thor don't pray to nobody. You, Master Farad Muhammad or whatever, you got to bow down to, what kind of God are you? No, you're not a God. You're a child. You are a servant. God, Thor don't serve nobody. Hercules didn't serve nobody because they are a God to themselves. But you're a servant, you're a slave, and that's all you know. To bow down to somebody, follow somebody, listen to their teachings. You don't experience nothing in your life. You don't discover a damn thing. You just a court jester. That's all you are, following somebody. The reason why you divine is because of your connection to some other sucker. You get nothing on your own. You have no power on your own. You have no value on your own. But yet we all supposed to come from the same source. I don't need Master Farad Muhammad to be special. I don't need Farrakhan. I don't need Elijah Muhammad. I don't need nobody to give me value. I don't need to be kissing nobody's ass because they divine. You special. A lot of slick talk. And that's what he did, a lot of slick talk. As soon as you ask him a question he can't answer, then he used distraction tactics and deflection. Because he can't really answer the question because he don't know. It's all belief. You don't know. It's good in your circle where other people believe the same kind of crap. And y'all can argue over what you believe and what you don't believe. Y'all can do that. You can't do that here. You got to show and prove, and you can't because it's all belief. The man making outrageous claims, bringing no proof, no kind of evidence. Talk about he ordered the attack in Israel because somebody in America or whatever took his son, which don't make any sense. Why would you have Israel attacked when somebody in America, the Americans, took your son? What do Israel have to do with it? I'm sorry all those people in Gaza got killed. You ain't ordered a damn thing. And he's been shooting down. Woo, man. He's been shooting down, assassinating people, and shooting down. Y'all violent ass criminals. Then you turn around and talk about how Allah and how you're so peaceful and loving, violent as hell. Talk about how many people he done murdered, you know, I guess through some God's hands or whatever. A lot of airplanes, helicopters that fail have nothing to do with you, sir. It's just like us when we drive in cars. Do you know how many car accidents happen every year? Helicopters blow up. They crash. Airplanes crash. Don't have nothing to do with you, sir. He shot down an airplane. We can't do nothing without foreigners. Everything about us, the Bible, Quran, we don't get nothing on our own. We always got to be a follower. Always got to be somebody's pet-ass dog. Following and sniffing somebody's ass. We can't discover nothing on our own. I don't want to be a part of that. But you God and you so smart. You God and so smart, but without Master Farad, without these foreigners, you ain't nothing. You couldn't do nothing. You have nothing to offer. You're a grown man, you're a grown woman. You're supposed to be able to function without your mother and father. But you can't. Master Farad, Muhammad, Jesus, because you're a child. You need somebody to follow. You need somebody to hold your hand. You need somebody to believe in, because you can't believe in yourself because there's no maturity there. You can't discover nothing. Elijah Muhammad taught there is no life after death. And this man said, I disagree, because he know more than Elijah Muhammad. Farad Muhammad. Now, Farad Muhammad himself did not teach that. So why would he teach you later on down the line that there is? Because people feel much, much better if there's life after death. But he's going to teach there is no life after death from the beginning. Then you're going to switch around, and that's not really true. My father, he teaching him through mental telepathy or some kind of wacky way. No, those are your thoughts. That's your imagination. Ain't nobody talking to you. Ain't no Farad. You ain't never seen no Farad Muhammad. I look like him. No, you don't. And he gonna show us a painting, that old painting of Farad Muhammad. That's a painting. That's not the real man. We know what the real man looked like. And they can deny all they want to. The police know who Elijah Muhammad was. They also know who Farad Muhammad was. They arrested Elijah Muhammad. They arrested Farad Muhammad too. And they took pictures of Elijah Muhammad back then. They took pictures of Master Farad Muhammad back then. You can be in denial all the hell that you want to. You can believe whatever you want to. They know who these people are. And they told Farad Muhammad, if you don't want no more trouble, you need to leave the hell out of Detroit. And he left. Never to be seen again. So they say. After the heat come down, he might have came back into the country and moved around or whatever. The rumor is that he actually visited Elijah Muhammad to see what was going down, because actually these are not the teachers of Elijah Muhammad. These are the teachers of Wallace Farad Muhammad, this foreigner that did not come from Mecca. He came from Pakistan, maybe even New Zealand somewhere. He did not come from no Mecca. That's part of the fairy tale story. There's no evidence to that. Also, why would you choose a woman that you call a devil to bring into existence God? Well, that's so he can look like them. The black man, you said, can produce all the colors of the rainbow. So how come a sister, since y'all believe in all this magical mystery stuff, how come a sister could not bear a Caucasian looking child? It's all a bunch of humdiddle. Also, these classifications, white, black, these are European classifications that was not even created until the late 1700s. There was no white people. There was no black people going back in ancient times. Ancient people went by their tribe, their nation, and their family. They did not trip on no skin color. They began, well, they didn't, because most of them went extinct. When the Europeans come into power, then everybody started tripping off these racial classifications. And the classifications is really confusing because you can be black, you can be dark skinned, you can be a black person and be considered Cassacoid. Go look the stuff up. Because a lot of it was based upon geographical area. So you could be melanated and be a Caucasian. Also, all Caucasians did not participate in the slave trade and these evils that we talk about. They participated indirectly because they are part of the world economy. Just like when you buy your cheap Nike shoes and all your cheap clothes and getting all it, because you're getting those things cheap because other people around the earth are being paid poverty-stricken wages to produce these products that you can get cheap. We know that the Chinese folks take advantage of prison labor. These countries take advantage of child labor. You know, but you don't give a damn because what I get is cheap. And people during slavery, it was the same thing. They participated. That was part of the world economy. That's so everybody, including Africans, they was participating. If it, matter of fact, if it wasn't for African people, they couldn't have pulled it off. They participated. They made it possible for this European slave trade. But you using these labels, the black man is the original man. Black is a European classification, sir. White man is the devil. That's European classification stuff. What are you really talking about? If you God, don't you think God should know these things? And so this man is talking, but yet he's in some type of he said that his house was raided. He didn't say why his house was raided, what he suspected of, because they don't raid. When these people do things to you, they would tell you, they put it on paper. We raided such and such house, looking for guns. We was looking for such and such, blah, blah, blah. They put it down on paper. Why was your house raided? He's talking in generalizations. He's talking in the air like he's some type of revolutionary. And he's involved in criminal behavior, not revolutionary behavior, criminal behavior. I'm listening to you, and I'm not hearing nothing about the revolution. I'm not hearing nothing about the struggle. I'm hearing about criminal activity. And you have broken federal laws. That's why the FBI is involved. So it's gone beyond the state. You're dealing with the FBI, not because you are revolutionary, because you have broken or you have been charged with some type of federal law that you broke. And if you're so rich and got all this money, why are you in this halfway house? Because that's really what it is. It's like a halfway house. Where's your family? Where are the people supporting you? Why aren't you at their house? It's a lot of things that he didn't answer and wouldn't answer. That's why he played the ring around the roses game with us. Deflection and distraction. He never really would stay on the topic, stay on the subject and answer the question. He wouldn't. He started going over here. Distraction tactics. Slick talking. That's how, you know how people, when they're trying to sell you something and they really don't want you to think, they just get talking real fast. Blah, 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 blah. And you don't pay no attention to the fine print. Next thing you know, they got you caught up in a bull doodle contract. Slick talking. So we let him talk. talk today. Let him talk. And let him play Ring Around the Roses. Didn't answer nothing. If that's what you want to believe, cool. And that's all it is, a bunch of belief. Clearly, because I didn't hear nothing revolutionary. Those who listen, I didn't see in the comment, I didn't see them say, wow, he's a revolutionary. How he's going to be a revolutionary, a liberator, and the only thing he talked about was criminal activity. I belong to a gang, and I made some jobs. What they got to do with the struggle? He didn't say we building schools, we built factories, so they stopping us from building these factories and schools and things of this nature. Blah blah blah. No, you were involved in criminal activity. Run around here threatening people. Tell the FBI. That's the most. That's not nothing smart about that. Run around. The FBI better not mess with me. You don't have no power. I would not be shocked if this man has a mental health. What's the word I'm looking for? He's associated with mental health, and that's why they deal with him the way they do. But if he crossed the line, he's done. He could be locked up in a mental institution the rest of his life. It's a done deal. Actually, you could go to prison, and they would give you mental health treatment in prison. However they want to do it. It's their ball game, however they want to do it. I wanted to hear revolutionary talk. I'm like, when are you going to get to revolutionary, liberating talk? All criminal stuff. That's why the FBI, federal charges. That's why the FBI is involved. In Armageddon, talks about all these religions and these people talk about Armageddon. They've been talking this stuff for thousands of years. The War of Armageddon. We've been waiting on this War of Armageddon for 2,000 years or more. The mother plane gonna come out the sky. What you waiting on? Oh, you can't tell God. I ain't telling God nothing. It's a lie. It's all lies and fairy tales. If I told you I won the lottery last night, you're going to want to see something, some way I can prove that I won the lottery. Show us the ticket. Show us the big house you just bought. You're going to want me to show and prove. But you're not going to ask God to show and prove. You will ask me to show and prove my claims, but you don't ask God to prove his claim because he don't exist. He's not going to never prove nothing. You're going to never ask these spirits and these spooks to come and prove themselves to you. I've been waiting for a spirit and a spook to come to this program for years. Not one has shown up. He talked about the mother plane. The white man do not talk about no mother plane. They talk about unidentified flying objects. They don't know what it is. It's many people with businesses that's making these experimental machines flying around. We don't know. They don't know what it is. It's unidentified. It's almost 100 years. It only takes one. One of the baby planes fly on top of Louis Farrakhan's house. Just one. And then we said, wow, okay, look what we're dealing with. Let's see. It'll be all over that'll be news all over the world. This flying saucer looking thing flying right over Louis Farrakhan's house, y'all. What can I say? I won't be saying that. I'll be like, dang, uh-oh. I guess I'm going to have to take this Reality's Temple thing down. The mother plane here, y'all. I have no choice. Show and prove is there. The mother plane. We see flying over Louis Farrakhan's house. One should have been flying over Elijah Muhammad's house before he died. At least one. None. You don't see nothing. It's all a bunch of talk. How many Muslims have these people killed? And the mother plane ain't do a damn thing. Allah ain't did a damn thing. And the only thing Malcolm X did was talk. And you harassed and murdered him. But you ain't do nothing to the enemy. Just like this guy. All his violence, everything he talking. Only killing black folks. Only hurting black people. He ain't do nothing to no FBI, CIA. Even when he talked about the earthquake. Put an earthquake in Washington, D.C. Tear down the White House with an earthquake. Put a snowstorm and freeze the capital of Washington, D.C. But they don't mind hurting us. Oh, but they love us. They love us and all this kind of stuff. And the black man, y'all kind of love I don't need. I don't want your love. We're going to separate. These suckers ain't went nowhere. He ain't never went nowhere. Right here in America. Ain't none of them going nowhere. Separate from the white man. Segregation, Jim Crow was not separation. You were still here with them. That's why they was lynching your ass. Separation is you are separated. You're not in the same room no more. When a man and a woman, or a man and a man, and a woman, when they separate, you way over there, and the other person is way over here, y'all separated. You cannot be separated living here with these people. The Pan-Africans, Umar Johnson ass, is still right here. He's going to go visit Africa later on. He's going to go visit Africa later on. He's not going to go live in Africa because his money, see, y'all money is in America. You're not going to go to these foreign countries because that's not where your money at. Your money and your support is with these black folks who dumb enough to believe in y'all lies. So you're not going to go live in no foreign country because your money. And you like living here. You like the swimming pools. You like the EBT cars. You like living in America. Ain't nothing wrong with America. Anywhere you go, gonna have bad and good. You've been here for 400 years. You used to it. Go over there with your nonsense. They will tolerate you for a little while. Go over there with your nonsense. And you'll see the real them come out. They don't mind skinning and grinning your face when you bring that American dollar over there. Go there broke and see how they treat you. My brother, where's your money at? You come here no money? What we supposed to do? We got, we live in these fantasy world. Wakanda. Nation of Islam. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't live in this fantasy stuff. If I can't be real, I might as well be dead. I'd rather be dead. When I was a child, it was cool. But as I began to grow up, had to let all this stuff go. I'm grown now. I'm an adult. All his talk don't impress me. All his talk might impress other children. I'm not a child. So Eric Muhammad, Fard Muhammad, you don't impress me. And your bull doo-doo story don't make any sense. That's why you playing Jack and Jill, Little Red Riding Hood, going around and whatever. Because it don't make any sense. He don't want to show his paper. Just show, I don't have to. I put my paperwork on the internet. And they try to use it against me. So what? And you can do the same thing. Because you're not answering the question. What was you charged with? All these 45 charges, they dismissed the case. That ain't how the law works. Anybody who been caught up in the system know that ain't how these folks don't play with you. These prosecutors be coming after your ass. That's their job, to put you in jail. What you got? What make you special? Oh, your explanation, this God is behind you or whatever. But Master Farad Muhammad got ran out of town in Detroit in the 1930s. Explain that. Never to be seen again, so they say. And in conclusion, he said that the Church of Scientology gave him 1.5 million or whatever it was. The Church of Scientology gave him 1.5 million to help them promote Scientology or something like that, whatever. Who are you? Who is this guy? You don't even know who he is. I brought him on my program here. You don't even know who he is. Why would the Church of Scientology pay this nobody? What did you do with $1.5 million, sir? What did you do with it? But he's saying all this because he's divine and he's bad or whatever. Everything the man said makes no sense. Shout out to Brother Taalik. Brother Taalik, Brother Khalil, myself, all of us caught up in the criminal justice system. The things that he was saying about didn't make any sense. We know how the courts work. Prosecutors be coming for the jugular vein. That's their job, to put you behind bars. You got 45 felony charges. Oh, they're just going to dismiss it for no reason. He don't want to show any paperwork. The only thing he showed was a conversation between him and his lawyer. But he still have charges pending. And he never said, what are those charges that's pending? It has nothing to do with the struggle. I can guarantee you, everything he doing got something to do with criminal activity. Don't have nothing to, he just trying to make it like I'm doing this and the government is after me because I'm part of the struggle. No, sir, you're a criminal. And everything he described today, criminal activity, has nothing to do with the struggle. Trying to do nothing for black folk. and it sounds like something is wrong in your mind, and they are actually having mercy on you because they probably understand you've been dealing with you, and they know that you have this history. But when you cross that line, either you're going to be in a mental institution or they're going to get rid of you forever and be done with it when you cross that line. You know what you're doing. And you know what that line is that you better not cross. And you can run your mouth all you want to. You can talk to the public defender like that. You ain't talking to the FBI like that. I can guarantee you. Show us the paper, show us the audio where you actually talking to the prosecutors and the judges and the FBI like that. You can talk any kind of way you want to with your public defender. But you're not going to talk to them like that. I already know that. And y'all should know that even by watching Judge Judy. I dare you to go talk like that to Judge Judy. Contempt of court, boom. Ain't no one gonna tolerate that. If you got domestic terrorism charges on you, they don't play with you. You can talk that to somebody else who probably don't know nothing about the justice system and the court. I dealt with them people for 10 years. They wanted to hold me in that place for the rest of my life. I know, and everybody I ever seen them deal with, them prosecutors, what's her name, Kamala Harris, whatever her damn name is, she put away a lot of black men. Want to put them under the prison. And she's proud of it. But for some reason, you special. God with you. How can God save you? But Master Prophet Muhammad couldn't keep himself out of jail. And they ran him out of Detroit. Get out of here. All right, we're getting ready to get out of here. I'm going to see what Taalik said. He said, Snup, not to get off the topic, but like you said in the video 5 days ago, that this society is homosexual because of what is predicated on. For as women, I don't look for a near perfect relationship. We're looking for some type of perfection. We're looking for a savior. We're not looking at things realistically. We're living in these fantasy worlds. These guys on these websites, they looking at this fantasy life, the perfect wife and dog and children and picket fence. It never happened except on TV, the Brady Bunch or something like that. It's a few people that's real, but a lot of us going through problems. Why do you think mental institutions all over the country? If everything was all hunky-dory, whatever you want to call it, we wouldn't have all these mental institutions. Y'all wouldn't be getting drunk and need drugs and meth and crack. When you see substance abuse, something is wrong. People trying to escape the real world. You got all these homeless shelters. You got all these places for women being in an abusive relationship. They trying to hide from their husbands and boyfriends. And you got some men trying to do the same thing. This society is a cesspool. And with the mentality of this guy, Eric Fart Muhammad, his society is not going to be any different. Based upon Islam. Based upon these religious teachings. Look how religion been around us for thousands of years. But look at the condition of humanity. That's not my fault. We got mosques, we got churches, we got all synagogues all over the country, all over the world. Look at the condition of humanity. Ain't changed nothing. And the majority of people that talk about they believe, they a bunch of hypocrites. They don't believe in nothing. How can you believe in God, love, and peace, and you can sit here every day knowing that people in Gaza, all those people, bombs getting dropped on them every day. People in the Ukraine dying, bombed. You ain't out here saying, stop it. Where are all the peace lovers? Need to stop it. You got to get violent to stop it. But this is the world that we live in. This is the environment that we live in. And you want to keep this mess going on and on and on and on. That's why people don't really understand this vision I call the Mississippi Campaign. Yes, it's about taking control of the state. Yes, it's about trying to put black folks, Freedmen's Foundation of Black Americans, however you want to call us, soul brothers and sisters, in a better economic, better position. But the real end game is to change this lifestyle of humanity. Because if you do all that and stay the way we are, we're still defeating the purpose. We might as well just stay and keep doing what we're doing. Talib said mosques and churches are nothing but social gatherings, short and simple. That's all. Nothing but a place to socialize. There go brother so-and-so. There go brother Talib. How you doing? Then everybody go back home. Some of y'all go home and get your liquor bottle out. Get your pouring out. It has not changed anything. Go home, abuse your wife and children and your dog Scruffy, and just came from church. I was in the Nation of Islam, and I know those brothers. Because they barely could hold it back in the temple. I saw how they treated their wives and their children. So I know how those sisters and those children was treated when they got home. Because they barely would hold back in the temple. Because I'm the head of household. I'm the man. Abusive people. Control freaks. I'm not shocked. I know 2 young men serving life sentences. I know their father was an abuser. Control freak. So I'm not shocked that they end up. And they was born in the Nation of Islam. They was FOI. Little baby FOI. Now they in prison the rest of their life. How is that possible? How can you be a child born in the Nation of Islam and now you sitting in prison for the rest of your life? You was born in it. Because it's things that we don't want to talk about behind the scene. Everybody want to paint this pretty picture. We don't want to talk about the reality behind the scenes. I'm going to say this and get out of here. I saw the pretty MGT with their white, long dresses and pretty. I also saw them in their regular clothes. I also see how they act outside of the public. But in the public, we put on this show. We are holy and righteous and putting on the air. People in the church, when they come out in the public, they have their little pretty clothes on. They come out here, how you doing, brother? How you doing, sister? Whatever. The brother today got so angry, he couldn't even hold it back. He got the cussing and running off at the mouth. Couldn't hold, because that's who he is for real. A violent ass criminal. Because that's who he is. Backed up by God, he said. What kind of God are you? A criminal? a criminal ass God, the God of criminals. All right, we out of here. I got this off my shoulder. Thank you for listening. Thank you. We are simulcasting on Angel Snup 7 YouTube channel. We are here at Reality's Temple on Earth Internet Ministry YouTube channel. And we are also simulcasting on Reality's Temple on Earth Facebook Internet Ministry and its affiliates. So, and as soon as Rumble becomes free, we can live stream free on Rumble. We're going to be on Rumble live stream. Now, the brother said that he want to come back. And if he do want to come back, it's not going to be none of that crazy stuff that he did. You might as well just keep on rolling. I'm not going to have that. We gave him that time. You're going to start cutting people off. I don't like that. How you going to come to somebody else's channel and try to take it over? Run your damn mouth. Gave you your time. I run here. This is mine. Go to yours and you do yours the way you feel need to be done. Because I guarantee you, I'm not going to open up my mouth until I see that you give me permission. I don't care what you say. That's why I take notes. That's why I take notes. So when you finish, I can say, well, brother, you said blah, 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 blah. No, what he has to, he don't have to do that. Because what he has to say is more important. He's smarter than we are. He's not the only one. It's a lot of mentally ill religious folk. And that's what caused the mental illness, is this religious stuff. Somebody in the universe sending me messages. Matter of fact, I'm getting some messages. My fingers on my antennas. Master Farad, who are you? Master Farad Muhammad talking to me. Well, the countdown has begun today. Brother Talib, he said that he's going to cause an earthquake. He didn't say where, but he said that he's going to send a blizzard. He's going to send snow in the middle of summertime to Texas. He didn't say where in Texas, but before the week is out, he said within 7 days, he's going to get that done. He said, matter of fact, he was even so bold, he said, I could do it today. That's how bold he was. No, you ain't going to do a damn thing today. We already know that. And we already know that after 7 days, there's not going to be no blizzards in Texas. There's not going to be no earthquakes doing nothing. Now, if it do, uh-oh. I mean, what can I say? He showed and proved, right? I would like that man to be on my side. Able to make earthquakes and snowstorms like that. I want to be your friend. You're a bad mama jamma. Matter of fact, let's get this going. Let's bring this Armageddon. Let's start challenging the military, because you got the blizzards, you got the earthquakes. What can they do to stop you, sir? Let's do it. No, you waiting on your next court date. Charges pending. Woo, we out of here, y'all. Thank you for listening. Jot down your comments. As Dr. Cornelius used to always say as in parting, we're going to wish you love, peace, and soul.